everyone, and happy Thursday. This is our Member Monday Spotlight, but most of you know this last Monday was Memorial Day, so it wouldn't have made any sense to do a Member Monday Spotlight on Monday, so we shifted it to Thursday, and I'm happy to have my friend JaRee Bowers here with me today with My Freedom First. JaRee, how are you today?
I am doing amazing. I'm so grateful to be here with you, Colleen.
Great. Well, JaRee, I know that you help individuals really understand wealth and money. I mean, me and my husband included. So there's more to what you do than just leverage living benefits. But maybe we should just start with that and talk about what living benefits are for individuals that might not understand what that is. And then we'll get into it a little bit more.
Okay, that sounds perfect. So, what living benefits is a protection for your life and for your money. So, it's literally term life insurance you don't have to die to use. So I don't know if you've heard before, which I'm sure you probably have, is buy term and invest the difference, right? That is a normal thing that people hear. So they buy term insurance. It's a death policy. Everybody calls it life insurance, but really it's a death policy. So if you pass away, your beneficiary receives that money, whatever the policy value was, right?
Yeah.
But living benefits is a whole lot more. Oh my goodness. It's incredible because what happens is you get to access up to 90% of that term life insurance. So let's just say it's $1 million and there is a terminal diagnosis, critical injury, critical illness, or a chronic situation. You get to access that benefit of the policy while you're living. So not just to leave it for your beneficiaries when you pass away, but get to use it now. Well, what that really does is close the gap that happens when there's, let's say, a terminal issue that took place. Well, what happens is you can't go back to work. You can't run your business. There's so many things that have to be adjusted if that's the case for you. And then your debt or your bills skyrocket. Well, living benefits literally closes that gap. So it gives you money right now to pay whatever you choose at that exact moment. So it's not limited to, oh my goodness, you have to fit it into a certain guideline. It's literally given to you to use as you choose to use it. And there's so many things that you can access it for, but that is the biggest thing. And then of course, what happens is you're protecting the nest egg that you've always built because you don't have to tap into that. You don't have to go borrow from your 401k or your IRAs or any of the investments to take care of the everyday living life bills just simply because you have living benefits. And not to mention, if you want alternative care or you just want to travel the planet, just do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, you get to use that right now. And of course, if you never use it for that, well, then it's a death benefit. Or if you use some of it and not all of it, well, it's a death benefit. There's so many options to it. It gives you freedom, is what it is.
I think we forget that as entrepreneurs, we don't have a company that's asking us if we want like short-term benefits. So in case something
Mhm.
were to happen, you can buy into that insurance. Usually when you work for a company, so this is that, but for yourself. So working for yourself and working for your company, this is the options that we have available. But that's just really scratching the surface when we talk about living benefits, because living benefits are essential for anyone who is a entrepreneur. And I'm shocked at how many entrepreneurs don't have living benefits or haven't gotten that type of support for themselves. But You know all the tax strategies, all of the details for the wealthy. Like, I
Mhm.
talked with an accountant the other day and I loved it because I'm always looking for accountants that tell me something other than put your money in a before, pre-taxed IRA, pre-tax 401k so you can be taxed later on it. And I'm like, I don't want to be taxed later on it because I'll probably be at a higher tax bracket. So how do I save my money and save on taxes without having to do pre-tax? So I love when you talk about the secrets of the wealthy. Did you want to get into any of that today?
Absolutely. I would love it. Are you kidding me? I think we all want to be wealthy, Colleen. So it's like, let's get into this. Let's talk about it. So there are ways to build tax-free retirement for yourself. And what that looks like is accumulation. You're dumping money into a product that we present to you. So it's really a choice of how you want to set it up. But what it is simply accumulating, setting it up for distribution later in life. And you can set it up to be a lump sum. You can set it up to be a monthly lifetime benefit, which I think is amazing, especially for us women out there, that are just saying, wow, what am I going to do at the end if I don't have my spouse? And if, all the scenarios that we think about, right? And so really what it does is it builds based off a living benefit chassis. So it's a vehicle that you get to build your way. You get to use it as you go through life. If you want to borrow from yourself, you can do that. It's very usable friendly for something like that. And then as it grows, it literally grows based off market performance, and then it comes out tax free. So it's incredible. Not to mention, then once you get to that end of life scenario, then it is also given to your beneficiary. So maybe that's your children or whoever, tax free. It's just an incredible vehicle. So what you're going to do is be able to accumulate money. You're going to already, obviously, that's coming from your bank account. You've already paid taxes on all of that. And then it grows based off market performance. And then it comes out tax free. And it is just beautiful. So you can build that and keep your money. There's a zero loss strategy within it as well. So you will never lose money to the downturn of the market. There's so many upside benefits that it is just bar none. There's nothing else like it. And you can use it as you choose to use it. So it's just an incredible thing, like bank on yourself or being your own bank or infinite banking. There's so much terminology out there, but if you are connected to a professional like me, then we can build it that is in such a way that is going to benefit your plan, your legacy, your way. After all, it's your money,
Yeah.
like your life. It's not go into a financial advisor's office and just walk out crossing your fingers hoping you chose the right person. It's literally a full understanding of what you should do to build for your family and for your future. Mhm.
Yeah, I think those are secrets really of the wealthy and what's happening with how they're, stocking their money into insurances because I know the government can't touch insurance, which is something that I think should be talked about more publicly. And so we have options of living benefits. We have options of infinite banking, and this allows us to accumulate the wealth and it keep compounding
Yes.
even if we need to borrow that money for whatever it is that we need to utilize the income for, because you had said that the money compounds. So I think there's maybe a disconnect for some people, JaRee, on they play the stock market because of the percentages in which their money can accumulate. and the interest that they receive from, being in the stock market. And sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down and sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down, and presidents shift and sometimes it shifts and goes way up, it goes way down. I've seen the recession hit when people were getting ready to retire. And during that time, they lost, hundreds of thousands of dollars of their retirement money, and they couldn't get that back because they were at retirement age. So they were going to start withdrawing that money. So that's kind of the bad side of playing the market.
Yeah.
There can be upsides and there's a lot of downsides. So what would you say is the difference between the two?
Well, for one, you're never going to have a scenario where you have to make up for loss. Okay. So when you're talking about the market and having your money out in the market, when those scenarios take place, when the market falls, the president's, the whole thing you just said, you then will lose that money. And if you have time, if you're 20, you have time to make up for that. Just set it and forget it and don't worry about it. And you'll get there someday, maybe, you're going to face a scenario of making up for loss of that money. And as we saw in 2008, that was over 50%. So when, like you said, if you are in a position of being at retirement age and 50% of your money is gone, can you retire on that? No, is the answer. So in this particular vehicle and in the other things that I do, as far as all the strategies that I build on behalf of you for your family, you cannot lose a single dollar. So you're getting the upside of the market, but you're not losing a single cent, meaning you're going up when the market goes up and you're holding on the sideline when the market falls. So whatever you have in your account stays there. You don't lose a single cent, okay? Though the time that the market drops. Then when it goes back up, you go back up with it. So there's a lot of different ways you can build them, but what makes it not too good to be true, which is what people don't understand, and they think, whatever, lady, you've got to be out of your mind. I don't get this, So really what makes it not too good to be true is there is a cap to it. So if there's a floor of 0, you never lose, there's a ceiling. And that ceiling is generally 12%. So if you've got a ceiling of 12%, and let's say the market goes up 15%, you're going to give up a little bit of that upside to never lose a single cent. And your money is protected. So then also it has living benefits. And also there's so many other things that go with it, right? And it's tax-free when it comes out. And I don't have enough time to tell you all the things right now, right? But it's so exciting because this is the money that we call building your foundation. So what you want to think about is, how much money can I not afford to lose? All the money you've saved, all the things you've done, the money that you cannot afford to lose is the money you should have setting in these vehicles, because that's the money that is going to ensure that you never run out of money in your older years when you don't feel like running your business. And it's insured. Again, I cannot say that enough, because that is a secret of the wealthy. They leverage other people's money, and we should be doing it too. Okay. All of us should be doing it. And that's why it's so important to give all this information out and come to my free classes. Why not? You're going to learn a ton of things, and education is it's empowerment.
So I know you have wine, women, and wealth classes. Are these only for women to attend? Do you have classes for men and women to attend?
Yes. So Wine, Women, and Wealth, yes, is specifically for women, because women like to talk to women. And we sometimes walk out of that financial person's office feeling inferior, or a penny waiting for change, or I didn't feel like I was being heard, is what I hear all the time. I didn't feel like I was given a chance to ask any questions. I felt like I didn't know anything, all the stuff. So it is specifically for women, because there are no dumb answers. I don't know how else to say that other than it's okay to dumb questions. it's okay to ask all the questions, right? And we feel better in front of each other. But yes, I do have Money 101 classes, infinite banking classes, Money Mommy and Me classes, lunch and learns. All these things are for everyone. So
Wonderful.
even our children, we should be educating our children so they know how to break this cycle of put your head in the sand, don't talk about money till one day,
Yeah.
some other day thing. I don't know where that
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know where that
right.
came from, Colleen.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So
It's
yes.
crazy. So
Yeah.
all the links are below. I just want to let all of you know that. So after this live video, all of the links will be below for you to find out where to find these classes, attend one of these classes. I highly recommend that you do that because this is how you educate yourself on understanding a little bit more than just, oh, so I put my money in the stock market and that's where it goes. And I'm just at the mercy of what happens with the stock market. Learn and educate yourself on the strategies of the wealthy and what they do to leverage living benefits, what they do to leverage insurances, what they do to leverage these vehicles that JaRee is talking about. So JaRee, thank you so much for being here today. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you, all of you. I hope you had a wonderful week and a great holiday weekend. And as you approach this coming weekend, I hope you get just as much rest and relaxation and really think about your money situation. And are you prepared if you were to leave tomorrow? Are you prepared? Have you prepared your family? Are your estates planned? I think it's very important for us to think about that and what we're doing with our money. And you cannot wait until you get 50, 60, 70. You have to do it now. So JaRee,
Please
thank you for
don't wait.
being a member of the Leap community.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me spotlight you today. And to all of you, have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye-bye for
Thank you
now.
so much,
Take care.
Colleen.